to your daily news. Today we'll be talking about leaked information on the new two Nintendo Switch models. And then some cities in India are banning PUBG. We got some info on Apex Legends. And then EA having some layoffs. So let's hop into that first topic. So Nintendo is seemingly to release two different models of the Nintendo Switch. And there has been some more leaked information regarding to the two new models. First being the cheaper one of the two is going to be only a handheld device that's portable. It won't be able to be played on the TV, and I think that it won't have any movable controllers as Joy-Cons. It'll be just one whole unit, kind of like what the 3DS and the DS and such on was before, where it's only one player and you can't play like the multi-aspect on games on that type of 3DS Nintendo Switch. And then there's also information on the Pro version of the Nintendo Switch, which will not be as powerful as the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro, but it will still have a significant more power. They compare it to like when the 3DS became the new 3DS, and that kind of increase in power. It will probably have better processors, bigger battery, definitely a bigger hard drive or storage of some sort, which would really help. The battery and the storage will be the two main things that they should focus on this Pro version, because we need bigger storage and we need more bigger battery to make this thing more of a portable device and a home console itself. So we'll have to look forward more to E3, because that's probably where we're going to get the announcements for these new models. Cities in India are banning PUBG, or PlayerUnknown's Battleground, if you don't know what the acronym means. And this comes from the Children's Rights Commission, suggesting that they should ban this game because it turns kids into psychopaths because of the violence in the game. This comes right after the World Health Organization has issued video game addiction as a mental health disorder, which it's only really mostly applies to like the it doesn't only apply, but it's mostly to like the Asian countries of like South Korea, for a big amount there, because of the amount of people who stay in internet cafes and do a lot of gaming and don't do really much anything. And there has been cases where people have died in internet cafes from playing games for an extended amount of times and not taking care of basic needs. But the problem is why are they banning just PUBG and not other violent games? Because there could be a whole slew of other violent games that you could ban and not just PUBG. Why single out this one game than other games that you have out there that could be like GTA or Call of Duty or Battlefield or something? Because there's a lot of violent games out there. I don't understand why they signal out this one game. I don't live in India, so I don't really know much about this, but that's what they're doing, and some cities have banned PUBG. So I guess it's just the world we live in. Respawn, and the creators of the recently released and very successful Apex Legends Battle Royale, is giving some of their top streamers on Twitch 500 subscribers to help them and keep them engaged in playing Apex Legends, to get more of like advertising out for the game and people to watch and play more of the game, because it is very successful and they want to keep them playing and keep people interested in the game. This is kind of like a low-key way of advertising or paying for people to advertise their game. Not to mention that according to the article I read, this 500 subscribers equals roughly $2,500, which can be significantly a lot, but I don't really know like stuff along these lines with money and the whole logistics about it. But yeah, this is I guess one new way that people are going to start trying to like advertise and get more of their games out through the way of these people who are influencers on the internet, and this is one way that they're going about doing it. EA is going through some hard times and has to lay off some of their workers, upwards of 350 people from the marketing and the publishing departments in Russia and Japan mostly. They're not exactly laying them off. They're more like getting rid of their position and trying to move some of them into other departments within the company to try to save them and not really get rid of them as a whole. But some of them they've had to have lay off, and they give them severance package for having to do it because they're nice people and don't want to just have to can them and get rid of their jobs, because not losing your job is great, but at least something is better than nothing. This CEO Andrew Wilson has said that they're trying to make this company the best video game developing company or video game-esque company out there. And they're definitely not there yet. And in my eyes, they're not even nowhere near the top of the list because I'm not a big fan of EA to begin with. But they're also trying to win back the gamers and bring them back in. But unfortunately, they're not going to bring me back in for a long time, because for the past 10 years, they've been doing a really bad job with what they've been making. Anthem has done really bad. They lost me in the Battlefield series. No, Battlefront. They lost me in the Battlefront series because the first Battlefront was just lackluster and there was nothing there for content. It's just about those amazing graphics and how good of graphical they can make it. And a lot of times, a lot of their AAA titles that they make nowadays, it's all about the graphics, and the shoehorn in multiplayer, or a lot of the games nowadays have loot crates and microtransactions, which in the end can hurt the game as a whole, because that's what EA is doing a lot nowadays, is trying to stick microtransactions as many of their games as they can to make those few extra dollars, instead of trying to win fans back to be able to get them to stay and buy their next game. It will be really hard to get me to come back in and play a lot of their games, because I don't like a lot of the things that EA does. The only really things that I play is, sometimes I play Battlefield. I don't mind those games. They're not too bad. They're better than Call of Duty. And I like Titanfall / Respawn and what they do. That's not too bad. They're great. But pretty much everything else is just no-go, not great for me. This said that last year, I think it was last year or recently, Activision has had to really lay off 800 of their employees, with mostly from Blizzard, and not doing so well because Blizzard is mostly known for World of Warcraft and the Diablo series and Warcraft as a whole, but they're trying to pump out games that aren't working and aren't connecting with the people who like their games as a core, so they're not making enough money off of what they're trying to shell out these extra couple games that aren't up to standard of what they've made in the past, and in return it's not getting those sales they need to be able to keep the amount of people they have on staff, so they've had to release people. So a lot of these really, really big companies are starting to flounder a little bit and not be able to keep all the people and have to downsize because of the games that they've been releasing recently is not up to par and to where they should be in order to keep the dedicated fan base that they have and able to keep them to buy the next one or the next two. Because if you mess up on one and isn't that great, or something bad goes wrong, you're likely gonna have a significant less amount of people possibly buying your next one in that series, because the one before that is bad, so the next one might be bad. So you really got to watch on quality control on some of these games and these really big companies, because one bad one can hurt the company forever. If you like this video, If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. It lets us know that you like the content that we are making. Also, comment down below what you think about Respawn giving out subscription. Man. If you like this video, please give us the thumbs up. It lets us know that you like the content that we are making here. Also, comment down below what you think about Respawn giving out subscribers to their top Twitch streamers. Also, subscribe to this YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, support us on Patreon so we can make more content and bring this great content to you guys. And without that, this being said, I'm coming for you, Bowser.